standing on the 8th green at Lake Nona Golf and Country Club, and I want this segment to be really special. This is what I call 5 of the best. My journey in life with my wife Lisa and the people I've had the chance to be around with being at the Golf Channel so long has been beyond my wildest dreams. And I've had the chance to spend time with some of the world's greatest players, and I'm going to extract from that time I've had with them 5 thoughts on how to hit putts and things that were important to them. Look, I worked for Jack Nicklaus for a long time, as you know. You emulated Jack's putting stroke many times. The downhiller, this is a nasty one, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it's downhill, down grain. It needs to be gentle, slow speed, otherwise it's going to take off.
Yes, very easy to do. So, what did the big golden bear tell me? When he had a downhill, down grain, fast putt, he used his imagination. Never let it be said that imagination isn't important in golf. You could imagine the ball rolling, you do that.
Yeah.
But this is really interesting. Jack Nicklaus told me to imagine that the shaft of the putter was made of very thin, brittle glass. He said like the stem of a champagne glass. Now just think about that. If the shaft of the putter was in fact made like the stem of a champagne glass, and it was brittle, and it would be easy to break, if it was, how quick would you swing your putter?
It'd be slow, it would be gentle, smooth, a great image.
Yes, so let's have that image here. We've got a bit of a downhiller here. Think of that shaft of that putter as being a nice, gentle putt. Glass shaft going down the hill. Bada bing, bada boom,
yeah.
It's in. Yes, and the Jack
That
finish.
was the Jack finish.
It was very
you like
good.
the Jack
yes.
finish?
Yes, yes, yes. The golden bear is here. Come on,
yeah,
come on.
okay.
We're going the other way now. So that's Jack with the brittle shaft. Another of my heroes is the great Tom Watson. And Tom Watson, when he was winning all those Open Championships, he won 5. I actually say he won 5.5. And those of you that are Tom Watson fans will know what I meant with that. Oh, still hurts to think about it. But Tom Watson, through most of his career, would think about keeping his lead elbow as a constant angle as he would putt back and forth, whatever angle he put in that. So let's trade places here and you hit one. Whatever angle he would put into the stroke with his lead elbow, he would keep that as a constant. Now, why would that be important? Well, it would stop you lengthening or shortening the arms. It would give you something fixed, and because it's fixed, you would have a very good chance of repeating the angle that you brought the club face into the ball. So I still like that one. It's been around a long time.
Yeah.
But once you set up, mentally you could try, as per Tom Watson's instructions, locking into the angle of that left elbow joint. Freeze the angle joint as you swing back and through. And that will do the trick. Tom Watson, 5 Open champions, with the idea of the elbow. Now I know this is one you used a lot. This comes from 6-time major champion Sir Nick Faldo. And his thought was actually to let the putter lag just a little bit in the change of direction. Now, what Nick said to me was, it would be so imperceptible, someone might not know, but the feel would be that you let the putter lag and the heel of the putter would lead. Now, why would that be good for certain players, Lisa? Why would certain players want the heel to be leading?
It worked for me, and I think any player that pulls the ball. If you're missing the ball to the left, then the thought of the heel leading just helps keep that face square.
Yeah, and it might be one of those things that's invisible.
Yeah.
No one else can see it, but Sir Nick Faldo could feel it, you could feel it. Feel the weight of the putter lagging behind slightly, the intention to have the heel of the putter leading slightly, not very much, but you really like that feel.
Yeah, I think a lot of golfers would be surprised how players do have very feels that they develop and use and change. They change some feels over time as well, but you know, there's all things that feed in to the stroke.
Yes, for sure. So let's lag the putter head slightly, heels leading. Yes, I could see that little lag there, and that was a good putt. It just missed just on the left side, but it was a good putt. Now I want to talk about Tiger Woods.
He's holed some putts.
He's holed many great putts, and I've had the chance to chat to him on a couple of occasions about his putting. I asked him about putting with the right hand, but before I do that, I want to talk about Tiger Woods and something that I think was so important that I heard him say. Many of you will remember that putt that he holed in Torrey Pines to get in the playoff with Rock Immediate. He's just an amazing putt. I mean, so late on Sunday afternoon, green so bumpy, so crusty. I mean, everything on the line. If it misses, he's out the championship. I mean, just unbelievable that he could even hold. And then obviously the response was incredible. But what I find fascinating is what he said in the press reports afterwards, what he said in the press conference, the conversation he was having with himself. Now, it was a very difficult putt, and as he was getting ready to putt, the conversation he had with himself was this.
I just kept telling myself just 2.5 balls outside the right, but just make sure you stay committed to it, make a pure stroke. And if it, plinkles in and plinkles out, it doesn't matter, as long as I make a pure stroke. And I did. I hit it good, and it took forever to break, but finally snuck in there at the end.
I can live with it if it doesn't go in. I cannot live with it if I don't set the stroke free, if I'm not free. And I thought that's fascinating. I mean, it's a 72nd hole to get in a playoff. It is 7 o'clock on Sunday afternoon. The greens look like a piece of toast, and he holed it, and it somehow, I don't know how on earth it dived in on the top edge, but it did. But I think that's so important, let it go.
Yeah.
The conversation I had with Tiger at the medalist, not all that long ago as a matter of fact, was I asked him, why does he practice putting just with his right hand? And he said for him, he likes the feeling of releasing the putter. Now, what does releasing the putter mean? It doesn't mean this. It doesn't mean that at all. It means that the toe catches up with and then passes the heel as he's going through. Tiger was someone who had, a good amount of rotation in the face of his putter, but so square when he hit it. So he said to me, gosh, the left hand, the lead hand, he said it's so lightly on the club, he said it may as well not even be there. And that's why he still, to this day, hits thousands of putts just putting with his right hand. And it does give you a wonderful feeling of the freedom of the stroke. If the stroke is nice and free and you're putting with your right hand, it's a lovely feeling of the head of the putter swinging. So if you're someone who likes to swing the head of the putter, think Tiger Woods. If you're someone who likes to drag the putter a little bit and closes the putter face, think Sir Nick Faldo. Different strokes for different folks. The last great that I had the chance to spend time with, and Lisa played on 2 Solheim Cups with, is Annika Sorenstam. So let's just have you be a miniature Annika for a moment, which is most appropriate seeing as we're at Lake Nona, which is where Annika spends a lot of her life these days. Great Swedish player, maybe one of the best ever. And Annika was always a great player. I mean, you remember when she started.
Pure ball striker.
Pure, but she wasn't a great putter early on. And she made her mind up in about 2000 she was going to become a really good putter, which of course she did. But she said the thing for her that really mattered was she had to have a different feel with her full swing and her putting. Now, many people would say, putting stroke like the full swing. Well, of course, Annika's full stroke, most of us who remember would know she was turning her head to look at the hole nice and early, a drill that her and Henry Rice came up with, and a very good one, wouldn't criticize that. She found that in putting that was no good for her. So in direct contrast with her full swing, Annika would try and hit past the chin and keep the head down for at least a little bit, maybe not the whole journey, but very aware of hitting, keeping the eyes down for a moment, hitting past the chin, looking at that spot where the ball was. So in direct contrast to her full swing there. So let's just have one swing there. We're at Lake Nona for Annika. We might see her at lunch, you never know. Let's see if we can knock this in, keeping the head down like Annika said she did. And that is the way to do it. So what you can see there, what I would call 5 traits of the greats. We had Jack Nicklaus putting with the glass shaft for the downhill putts. Tom Watson keeping the left elbow frozen to keep things consistent. Sir Nick Faldo lagging the putter, heel leading so that he would not pull putts. Tiger Woods the direct opposite, using his right hand so that he could actually feel like the putter passed. Release it, release it, release it. I mean, Tiger and Sir Nick couldn't be further apart. Both won Open Championships, both won majors, great players. And then Annika, full swing, she would turn her head. Putting, she kept her head down. So lots of variations. So in this program, I want you to realize there is no one way, is there?
There isn't a one way, but if you can find the way that works for you.
Yeah, that is exactly. There is no one way, but there is one best way for you. If you go through this program and you look at all the things we've got in there, pick out the pieces that appeal to you, pick out the pieces that work for you, and look forward to putting and lowering your score. We'd like that.
A lot. Bye.